Anyway, chair.
I haven't spit this year, so
All right, yeah. Thank you.
So, I mean, it's a joke that I've been talking about the app the entire time, but a huge amount of work went into it, mostly from 3 people. 2 of them are in this room, but Louis Moga is not.
Louis!
That man is amazing. He put huge numbers of hours into making the app look great, function fantastically. He forewent food and sleep for like 6 weeks.
So much
as
sleep.
we were in a constant state of crunch. Seriously, man, like.
Thank you, Louis.
Thank you, Louis.
Good job.
Also, a brief thank you to everyone who joined in on the beta test and put some hours into helping us make sure that the app was nice and polished when it came out. It would not have been in the state that it was if it was not for you. So thank you also to all the beta testers.
Sweet. Good. Yay. Who next? Next up is Tally. Tally was in charge of prizes and sponsorship coordinator, plus a driver.
Thanks, Alright, so there are many people that I worked with, but right now I want to thank our community sponsors who are listed at the bottom of the corporate page. There are some of the sponsors from areas of all over who do small businesses and artistic things, and they donated time and projects and items and things like that to us, and they were all fantastic. Thank you so much. And to all of the craft-alongers who ever since May and earlier have been toiling away making incredible things for our auctions. Thank you so very much for donating. Please go and look at all these people on the corporate sponsors and on the Craft-Along page. Check out their amazing work. And a special thank you as well to all of the strip search artists who, at the very last minute, donated some awesome things for our auction, and you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that I worked with this year. There were definitely some people who made my job much easier, and you guys sent us the most incredible stuff for auction, and that's a huge part of why we have raised this much money. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Well said,
All right, Chair.
All right. Next up, we have Graham Stark, graphic designer and general staff, and a driver. A bunch of I say people to thank, a bunch of groups to thank. We wouldn't be able to do any of. I mean, obviously we are supporting Child's Play, but we wouldn't be able to do what we do without the continual support of Child's Play and Penny Arcade, and we really appreciate the support from both those guys. It really means a lot, and it helps us do all the stuff that we do. Want to thank Card Kingdom for their sponsorship this year. Want to, of course, give a big thanks to, if we can get the overlay, megacynics.com. For Megavision, with which we were able to give you 4 different amazing camera angles in full HD. Let's see those 4 cameras.
Let's hear.
1,
2, 3, 4. Oh God! No, don't do that. Stop that. Thank you.
It's worthwhile to note that in the very first year we did Desert Bus, we just did it.
Yeah.
And we didn't really think too much about stuff like, shipping and that kind of stuff. And then when it came down, and like the PayPal fees and that kind of stuff, and then when it came down, we realized actually how much what we were on the hook for. We were like, ooh, and then we talked to Child's Play, and that's what sort of they understood the situation. And for the Child's Play sponsors the shipping for all the wonderful stuff that is apparently already out, and all that great stuff.
Already arrived.
Yeah.
To some places. All right.
Yeah.
Got to thank the fine folks at Fangamer, Reed and Charlie, for hooking us up once again with the beautiful Desert Bus shirt designed by the awesome John Kay over there at Fangamer. I think they made, from the different drops they made, we're looking at, it was like $15,000 I think raised through the Fangamer t-shirt this year. Yeah. So thank you so much to them. Our local best friends, Fernwood Coffee. 15 carafes 150 cups of coffee and tea.
So much coffee.
Plus assorted other, milk-based drinks that we hooked ourselves up with and that they hooked us up with over the run of it. Thank you so much to the kind folks at fernwoodcoffee.com. Ocean Island, the Ocean Island Backpackers Inn here in Victoria, giving us not only did they give our out-of-town volunteers a sweet deal on the Desert Bus dorm in the Ocean Island, but also I just discovered that the bar staff at Ocean Island this week has been donating their tips to Desert Bus.
She guys stay seriously.
Yes.
It's in our week.
DB dorm.
The wonderful support of The Escapist and Joystick for all the wonderful game journalist, fun swag game journal stuff they sent in. The little mini site on The Escapist and their portion of pub club memberships for this week as well, which they donated. Huge thanks to The Escapist for that. Wizards of the Coast, of course, amazing support from Wizards of the Coast. When Aaron Forsyth was on the call, I told him that the three uncut sheets alone raised over $22,000, and that was before the Black on Black Planeswalkers Comic-Con drive, which raised another like 10 I think. So huge thanks to Wizards there. I'm just gonna reload our chat on this computer because it's being weird, probably because there's so many of you. And of course, food. You'll notice that we haven't been just eating non-stop pizza and cake all week, which is pretty great. And so a big thanks to Cook's Day Off, particularly Dylan, the delivery guy, who was here 3 times a day, put in a lot of overtime, as you may have seen when he stopped by his own tips for the week. And of course, the anonymous food benefactor. You know who you are, we know who you are, and by God, it's so important. And I want to give just some further really quick shout outs to the CBC for their coverage, to CTV for their coverage, and huge thanks, not just for the coverage, but for being such great sports to Kristen, Rob, and Alan from Al Jazeera. It was a pleasure to have you guys here. I hope you come back next year. Yay! Chat's back.
Rug. Next up, we have our 3 event managers, Liz, Beej, Ash. Thank you. Lisby Ash.
Lisby Ash. We were a great team. Yay!
Liz was one of our call-in coordinators, along with myself. Although she did far more work than I did, and she's going to thank. Up. And she's going to.
The 3 of you.
Yeah.
I'll let Ash go first.
Okay.
It's empty. Okay. It's empty. It's empty.
We're fine. Everything's
Okay.
All right.
That was fun.
All right. Who's got a list to read?
I have a list to read. This is for our food donations, and this also, I mean, obviously you have the anonymous benefactor, which we already mentioned, but...
this was very important because that did not cover night shift.
So
we needed this.
Really weird, but it all worked out very, very well. So I would like to thank Pagliacci's. I'd like to thank Little Jumbo for delivering us coffee, as well as running the dessert bus campaign all this week. And I'm sure that donation is coming in very soon, or if it hasn't already. I also like to thank Edible Arrangements, and specifically Joe, who works at Edible Arrangements.
No, he's a fan.
He's a fan.
He donated.
He went and bought one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. Yeah,
That's fine. All right. Anyway, he bought one and brought it to us. So thank you to Joe. I want to thank Joan Stacy for supplying us with so much good food during the night as well. I'm going to run down a few names here, and I don't know what they all gave because I can't quite keep it all straight, but I want to thank Jessica, and I want to thank Josh and Adam, and I want to thank Ryan, and I want to thank Kaylee. I remember they're making Getty, so I'll ascribe that to Kaylee. I want to thank Mary as well. I want to thank Tara, who you may better know as Geeky Hostess. I'd also like to thank Heather for bringing by Meatloaf the other night, and of course I have to give a huge shout out to the aptly named Brendan Baker. You are going to better know as G. us such wonderful stuff in the morning, like scrambled eggs and biscuits and whipped cream and
Yeah,
all
right at
sorts
the
of.
point of Zeta Drive where we just were like.
It was all done, and it was like, and he just rolled in
With
before his
biscuits and
shift.
eggs. Oh my god.
Rolled in and like, hey guys, want some food? So
Oh, and the hot
thank
dog.
you to all of our food donations. Again, that little bit extra that helps us get over the hump. Who's next?
Oh, yay! So I had a few hats that I wore through as part of the organizational team. So I have a couple of long lists. So as part of being call-in coordinator, I want to thank everyone who called in. Chris Straub, Matt Fraction, Bill Corbett, Steptoe, Bobek Ferdowsi, Grant Imahara, Mikey Newman, Mike Merles, Phil Plate, Yahtzee, Movie Bob, Jim Sterling, Bonnie Burton, Aaron Forsyth, Penn and Teller, Paul and Storm. We had a lot of calls. And Max at the last minute for Cards Against Humanity.
Eddie Gordiski.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Say
Yeah.
it. You say it.
Eddie
Gordiski. Creator of Desert Bus.
Thank you. That guy. Thanks to him especially because he was my favorite. And our sponsor. So part of the other thing I did was help with some corporate donations. Tally was a big part of that as well, like a huge part. So I wanted to thank the Lone Shark Games, the Rover Outpost, Privateer Press, Greater Than Games, Microsoft, Hidden Path Entertainment, Paizo, Firehouse, The Behemoth, Geek Chic, 343 Industries, Joystick, Cakes Cove, Sauropod, I can't remember my writing, Nerdist Industries, my Gimpy Life for the script, and that's the list I have. And for anyone else I forgot, I'm sorry.
We're trying to.
Thank you.
We're trying to remember everybody.
Scott Kurtz.
Scott Kurtz! Oh, Scott Kurtz.
Sorry?
It wasn't on the
I
list.
wasn't listening. Cool.
Yeah.
What? Good. I'm glad you didn't miss it.
Along with that, you can actually do yours right now. The one
Oh
you just
yeah,
mentioned.
our local game store, Yellow Jacket.
Yes.
I forgot Ed. Ed, who owns Yellow Jacket, saved us that Commander's Arsenal all year so that we could auction that off. So that
That's awesome. Thanks, Ed.
Oh, wait. Jeff Adams had the signed book that came in before Ken.
Which?
The Commander. Yes, Jeff Adams went and got it signed for
Yeah,
Desert
Ken.
Bus.
Yeah, arranged for
Yes.
Jeff to go and do it.
Yeah.
Yes, so thank you. Both. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, next up we have Kathleen, volunteer coordinator and aerobics enthusiast, bus driver.
All right. Brendan, because he has been working very hard, the last thing he did before coming down here was give Liz an updated head count of everybody in this room. There are 40 people crammed in here right now, which is almost the entire organizing and volunteer contingent, and I just want to say thank you so much to all of our volunteers. I know that our section chiefs are going to thank their specific volunteers, but I want to thank everybody for agreeing to sign my waiver. You can't sue. But I would especially like to thank the volunteers that I coordinated, scheduled, and worked with beforehand, some of whom traveled a very long way to be here. I'd like to thank Ian Jasek, Brent Stewart, Andre Van Slyke, Van Slyke?
Van Slyke.
Van Slyke.
I don't know my last name.
I've never had to say it out loud. Dan Wu, Kelsey Ehrlich, Kim Rose, and as already mentioned, Brendan Baker. So thank you guys, and thank you. And I would like to just very quickly thank all of our volunteers for putting in so much work, for taking unpaid time from their jobs, for coming here at their own expense and paying to stay overnight in a hostel, and for agreeing to flip their schedules upside down when we needed it.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
You're not up next. Hold on, chill out. I just want to see your list. Next up, we have Johnny, broadcast coordinator and driver.
I think that's what Jim's doing.
I would like to see your list for a moment.
He just wants to see
Give me
it.
a second, I need
Ashley, are you trying to?
Okay,
Anyway,
Johnny, go ahead.
I don't have very many people to thank, but I want to thank specifically my team. Alex, who's been absolutely amazing.
Yes.
He's a driver as well, and absolutely amazing. Continue to be just super awesome, doing both entertaining on camera and also being ridiculously insane in engineering. I'd like to thank Corey and Thomas and Blake, who've all never done this before and got trained the way I trained people at the very last minute, and all three of them did awesome. Corey had known she was doing this for a little while. I stole her from the shipping team this year, and she did amazing. She's really, really great. Thomas and Blake signed up for this at the very last moment and came up for this, and I want to thank them both for doing that so quickly and coming up to speed so fast. I've got a couple of corporations that helped out with broadcasting stuff. I want to thank Shaw, who provided our internet for us, and
Fixed it.
And fixed it.
Yeah. Came out here and fixed it.
So we actually have, quite a lot of internet. Pardon?
I must have missed that one.
Oh, it was right before the run.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
And also VidCom, who gave us a really great deal on renting some equipment very cheaply, and Vancouver Island University, who loaned not only me, but a whole bunch of equipment for free to us for the run.
Yay!
And most importantly, I want to thank my partner, Ian, who does.
I didn't know you guys were partners.
Don't forget your wife.
Partner in video.
My partner in video.
Electro-life partner.
Come back to
We see engineering again.
Engineering
I just
again?
see Corey's face.
Mine. Mine.
Okay. I want to thank his partner Ian and his wife.
Well, I do want to thank my wife Demi, who's been tons and tons of support.
Yes.
Ian is being involved from the very beginning. We start working on the next desert bus. Actually, we start working on this desert bus.
Would you like to see my notes, Johnny?
I've got notes too.
No, there's no.
That is a swear word.
But we do start working on Desert Bus in earnest, literally the day after Desert Bus work. Ian and I do that every year, and Ian's got great ideas. I don't know if I've ever met anyone that can as quickly adapt to any kind of crazy situation. He's funny and brilliant, and we couldn't do this without him. Thank you so much.
Next up, we have Ashley from Shipping and the Prize Mart.
Okay, I'm gonna half stand. Thank you. Okay.
Hello. Shipping.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no one there.
We're off shift now. Thank you.
There's still one more thing.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
For the moment we're off shift. I want to thank Sarah and Jess, and you need to stand up because I can't see you, and Serge. The three of you have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Sarah coming all the way over here and working the overnight shift. I feel like a giant jerk.
Sarah lives in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
That's the other side.
Maryland.
He's on the crazy side.
What up?
And then Serge coming in after being back in Victoria for 30 hours after being away for 6 months, jumping in and doing Desert Bus. That's insane. And Jess. I truly couldn't do it without you. And so yeah, this is our third year together, and she's fantastic. So so is she.
Yes, actually.
So, really quickly, what?
I got screwed.
Calm down. No, you just drank too fast. All right. I would like to know your guesstimate of percent-wise how many items have either been shipped or have been labeled to be picked up for shipping.
80. Yeah, 80.
We hear 80%.
80%.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's very exciting to hear that people have already received their prizes. That's pretty fantastic. Thank you, Canada Post, for actually, doing your job.
Boost level confidence.
I still remember at Desert Bus 2, we had a box of stuff that we'd got from the local EB games that we'd given away over the course of it. And I think it was March when we looked at the box and
we should do that.
We should ship these.
The worst was Desert Bus 4.
Yeah,
yeah, look at that. All right, moving on. We have Kara, communications team, and the website. All right.
I just want to take a moment to thank our communications team this year. They have been absolutely amazing. I think the constant updating of the blog and Twitter and Facebook and everything helped to create a much more interactive Desert Bus this year. So big thank you to Matthew, Mike, Mia, Maya, Kate, and Shandy, and Lana, and Kelly, who actually helped us out a lot from Japan this year.
Yeah.
He was absolutely fantastic in helping prepare for Desert Bus. Who am I missing? Saul, the man in the corner. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Still working.
Yeah.
Yes. As am I. So.
Yep, as is Kara. Next up, we have Ashton from WebTech and a driver.
Make it rain! I'm making it rain.
Make it rain!
I don't have any shame tickets down here yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
The web team is usually pretty hidden. You don't see them a lot. And this year is no exception. Fugi unfortunately could not make it this year, but that did not stop him from showing up and helping to deal with sysadmin duties in between his new job, which he just moved literally to the other side of the country for.
Yeah.
So thank Fugi. And a big thanks to my other sysadmins who took care of you and the servers and things when I couldn't, when I needed things like sleep. Eric Shu and Dan Rudd. Is Dan here? Dan? No, Dan.
No.
Dan has children.
Also couldn't be here because he has kids, Russ.
Dan might in the chat.
So thank you Dan and Fugi and Eric for doing their sysadmin duties. Elemental Alchemist for doing so much work this year. For our sponsors, again, Servant. You guys have been amazing with your amazingly generous with your hardware and your bandwidth donations again. Again, no problems this year. They give us way more than we would ever need, and it helps us a lot to not have to worry about that kind of stuff. I know some of you are going to complain that the IRC went down a bunch. Nothing to do with Servant. All on our end with our software. Those guys are amazing. PubNub as well, who supply the communications so that you can get your donation totals updating instantaneously on the front page. The chat mods.
Yeah.
Rose, who couldn't be here this year, unfortunately, due to some. Damn it. Just so efficient. For those that can't see, I spilled water during news.
Water.
Do it.
The chat mods who are amazing every year. Crows, I'm sorry to be here. We had a snafu with his travel plans and he couldn't make it. Dix.
Quick thanks. As one of the guys who's been in the chat since Desert 1, thank you guys for being so well behaved. We really appreciate it. I do want to give a quick shout out to the gift team. Simon, Breedoof, King Term, Sherloco. Those are the main guys. They're the ones who've been entertaining us like
Did
crazy.
you get Simon in there?
Yeah, Simon.
Simon can't wear hats. Redo.
Yep.
Simon, Can't Wear Hats, Breedoof,
Yeah.
King Torm, and Sherloco.
Whoa!
That is last year, yeah.
And yeah, but thank you guys, and thank you all to having me up here.
I'll be working with them, and we will hopefully get a giant archive of gifts up for you guys at the Desert Bus site that you can reference over the year if you need to.
If I can just jump onto what Dix was just saying, this is something I wanted to do last year, and it came together in like a mad, frightful hurry, and did very, very well last year. And this year was I was just astonished by you guys. I want to thank the Video Strike team, and I'm just going to sound them off real quick based on their Twitch names: Master Gunner, Dicey, Blaine Brainstew, Kateri, Zelarenko, Thor Sokar, Morwinkle, and New Classic. Thank you guys so much for the astonishing turnaround time of getting the stuff that we did up on our YouTube page. Thank you. Yeah.
Since Desert Bus 1, we have we've been trying to archive Desert Bus in a useful way.
And we finally
Desert Bus 1, we put like a tape in the camera that it was running through, and like when we got a point, we would hit record on when we thought we were about to get a point, we would hit record on the thing, try and record it. And we've tried to archive it to the computer that it was on and stuff, but being able to not only have it all up on YouTube, but not just a 500-hour long clip that is useless to actually find anything in, but have it all locked into nice little pieces. So it's like
archived,
indexed.
Yeah,
it's basically solved. So that's wonderful.
And a large part of how that was able to happen is because of the awesome back-end stuff from Twitch, who we should also thank, because not only did they do it as they always do, that there are no ads on the Desert Bus stream. At least there shouldn't be. Some people said mobile, but whatever. Anyway, the point is, there was no ads on our stream, and they promoted us. They sent out stuff in their emails. They were just really great support to have.
And they're awesome. They are super responsive, and they're willing to help out and answer our questions throughout the year and during the run and help us right away. They're awesome.
Yeah.
And thanks to all you viewers that made this Desert Bus for Hope the largest Penn and Teller Smoke and Mirrors stream on Twitch. Which is pretty amazing, I can tell you.
Number one, we beat the French.
Yeah.
Wait, I the event managers who took amazing care of me this year. Thank you. Freed me up to do all kinds of stuff, like help you guys out. And a final thanks to the Desert Bus survivors who are in the IRC chat year-round. Most of the Video Strike team, if not all of them, are people from the Desert Bus survivors chat. So big thanks to you guys. You guys are amazing.
All you guys who edited Dix's log.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Dix's log was
People,
insane.
you guys are crazy.
The flow.
Not final thanks. Below the fold.
We ran it.
What?
We have a warning on the Dix's log of warning about to run out of cells.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
All right. Are you,
wait.
Ashton?
Graham for handling the redesign of the website this year.
Yeah.
That's great.
And Kara for not only putting together the website, which took so many hours, but for putting up with me and my shenanigans for 2 months when I couldn't leave the house because I was working on Desert Bus.
I think it was 6 months.
Well, I could leave the house for the 4 months prior, just not very often. This is 2 months prior, that was pretty bad. But yeah, thank you, Kara.
Oh.
I can't reach you from here.
Yeah.
Part the seas! Part the seas!
Ashton?
Yes.
Can you thank people for this? This is the physical.
The actual
now that we actually have a screen, thank you
The physical
to
manifestation.
Immediate Images for this. You can't see it.
You
It's
can't.
out of shot. But our chat monitor, which should now be permanent.
Still not visible.
It's over here.
It's fine.
But they graciously donated a 50-inch screen for us to run our chat off of this year because we ran into some last-minute issues. So thank you, Immediate Images. Is very much appreciated.
I also want to add on to chat mods. I want to thank Pika because she jumped on. There was a couple of times when everyone that was supposed to be on mod was asleep for good reasons, and she was constantly kicking people out. So thank you in your off time for helping us out. I appreciate it.
All right. Next up, we have Alex, overlay creator and the engineering tech.
And driver.
And driver.
And talent. so much talent.
Do you have anything to say, Alex?
Thanks everybody for making this an amazing desert bus. It's great.
Okay, engineering, please hug him.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah. Well done.
Oh boy.
When this is done, you and I are going to go see Ass the musical.
And there's another gift. Whoa! Chill.
We broke him.
No, that happened long ago.
Shame ticket.
He's been broken long ago.
I derped during the thank yous. All right, next up we have Paul, web consultant and general event organizer, plus the highest raising desert bus driver of all time.
I'd like to thank my completely real, not at all fake beard. And all you guys, you know, I for all the wonderful support in the chat and wonderful challenges, and you know, people. I don't, you know, I don't get like I talked about before. I sing a lot to myself, but I don't usually get a chance to sing to people who are so appreciative.
Paul, you can sing to me every day.
All right.
I'll give you my number. We can.
Yeah, you can wake me up every
We can
morning.
Google Hangout. You can sing to all of us.
Yeah.
So that's it's very cool to be able to talk to you guys and yeah, just to do this whole thing. So. And I mean, and also, I guess thanking, I mean, as a representative of Loading Ready Run, I mean, Graham and I started Loading Ready Run 10 years ago now, and it's pretty crazy what it's become. I mean, this is not Loading Ready Run. This is so much more than Loading Ready Run, but to be able to be, you know, in the same way that Penny Arcade sort of started Child's Play, and then Child's Play took on a life of its own. Loading Ready Run started Desert Bus, but Desert Bus has itself taken on a life of its own.
Yep.
And it's pretty amazing what has been created here. So thank you, everybody.
Yay!
Sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
This is unrelated to my team, so that's why I kind of forgot about this. But Kate, thank you so much for helping to organize the noms.
Seriously, wait. When you handed me that sheet of people that were bringing in food, like a giant weight lifted off my shoulders. I'm like, how am I gonna feed Beesh?
He's a hungry man.
My mother asked herself that every day.
Exactly. $520,000.
So much, guys.
Oh my god.
What?
Even.
Everybody stop.
All right.
Okay.
Hammer time.
That's a really good number.
That is good stuff. Just
Only donate in thousands.
only donate in tens of thousands, actually.
Yeah.
Let's just keep that nice and even. All right.
Don't be greedy. Fives are okay.
Fives are okay.
fives.
Fives okay. Okay. Now, is there anybody we forgot? Quiet, just one at a time. If there's anybody you can think of,
Tally.
don't show this out. Okay, Tally, go ahead.
I would like to say thank you to James.
Oh. I was hoping we had forgotten about it.
No.
So
James, this year we decided we needed somebody to oversee all of our craziness running around trying to organize Desert Bus and basically keep us all in line. And so Daddy James took that on, and Daddy James listened to all of our problems and helped us fix them, and basically just made sure everything was working and running right and gonna happen. And he was fantastic and very patient and very organized, and awesome. So thank you, James, for being our executive producer, except he actually did a lot, which executive producers don't.
The old man triple bus.
That's
right.
Alex has one.
Maybe you were planning on doing this anyway, but I'd like to thank everyone who contributed. Our viewers.
Oh yeah, that's coming up.
Well, then you can do it.
Jesus! Liz, go ahead.
Okay, I'd also like to thank James. This is going to be in rounds. No, I'm kidding. Because James also told us to keep this short. Because he was in every single meeting, basically. All of us teams, because we divided it well, we got to have meetings based on our jobs, but then James, as overseer, got to be in like every single meeting.
I only heard him snoring in one of them.
I would definitely like to thank James for making it so I didn't have to go to so many meetings. That was great.
There were a lot less meetings.
Sorry. I was also going to say, I forgot, regarding the pre-show, I wanted to thank Molly and the Double Clicks for doing that live. And the Double Clicks, who had an audience of like 10 to 15 people, and because of Skype problems, we had to make them all wait for like a half hour, and we were still able to do it. So, and to the tech team for organizing at the last minute a live feed that we could actually go through Desert Bus. So, yay!
Are we good? Do we think we're done?
Do we think Winston?
Winston, thank you very much.
Holding up for most of the run.
Yeah.
Where did he go?
He's down there. We saw him.
I have like 3 really quick personal.
Go for it.
Okay, I have 3 really quick personal ones. One is to both of my fellow site volunteers. I've been in retail for like 7 years before this. This is probably the most communicative team I've ever been a part of.
Communication!
And it was
so easy to be
so
communicative.
Nice.
Why don't people talk?
Everything was on the table. There was no drama. There was no nothing. It was so great. Thank you both so much. It was so easy to be a part of this team.
Pro tip life hacks. Talk to people.
Seriously.
Just use your words.
Number 2, Steve for the best Christmas present ever.
Yay! And make it
And number 3, I know it's been said before. It's been said twice before. Brendan, I swear to God, I've never been your actual boss while I've been here, but you've been here every shift, showing everybody up and making everyone look bad.
Thanks a lot,
jerk.
You are the superstar of volunteers this year. You can live here next year.
There you go.
Show your face, for God's sake. Brendan, Alright, that's it. Cheers, everybody.
One more. This sort of got covered, so I was told I wasn't supposed to say it, but doggone it, I should be able to thank these people. I was a prize as a sponsorship coordinator, and it was super lots of work, but damn it, Liz and Dracogen were the 2 people in particular who made that job way, 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 way easier by helping me wrangle a whole bunch of sponsors. And I should get to say thank you to them, because they made my life awesome.
One more thing to add to what Graham was saying about the strike team. We actually those are just the guys who uploading. They do have a spreadsheet team who is actually covering their events as well.
Right.
Oh, right,
Give a
the
quick shout out to
spreadsheet.
Jay, Bill, Archive, Sector. You guys are freaking awesome.
Wait, Bowling Sector, Quarter Note, Build a Cat, Lady Seth, Garrus, aka Tyrannic Moron, Swede Chef, 2 Steps, New Classic, Sam, Steam Castle, and Lamb Mower.
Yeah, he was a part of the strike team.
That's awesome.
I knew it was part of the strategy.
He changed his name for the Mass Effect auction and then just kept it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, he made the poster. He can't change it now.
Wait, and thanks to Maya for giving us
And all the amazing gifts, too. Thanks, Maya.
Stand up, goddammit.
Wait. Give us a cute Sunkern. Yeah! All right.
Hey, wait.
Dear God.
I would like to thank buy us hair.
No!
Calm down.
No more! Okay.
You calm down.
Okay. Are people good? We have 7 minutes left here, guys. We gotta get into this.
We need a dance
We have
party.
a song, we have a giveaway still to do. We still have one more big thank you, obviously.
Yeah,
Is everybody in this room feel pretty good right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could use more of water.
Okay, we'll figure that out in a minute.
Chill.
This was obviously the most.
We did thank those people.
This was the most successful desert bus ever, and you can see obviously by the total up in the corner there, $520,117. That is insane. This was the most well-run desert bus of all time. And it wouldn't be possible without every single person in this room. But most importantly, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for you. You guys were with us every step of the way, donating thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars, making gifts and videos and writing songs and doing art challenges and story challenges.
Keeping
and
us going overnight.
Every minute of every day, you guys made this happen.
Love you, chat.
You guys are awesome. Now, very quickly, before